Hi. So, today's video I'm going to talk about myself and something a lot of people struggle with. It's called imposter syndrome. Well, here's the actual definition. The persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved or has been legitimately achieved as the result of one's own efforts or skills. So, what that means, it's that whatever you work for to achieve, you don't feel like you deserve it. You don't feel like you're good enough ever, no matter how hard you work. You're deserving of whatever you're trying to achieve, even if you achieve it. So you'll never really feel like you deserve or you are who you want to be. But I mean, it's much more complex than that, and it is different for everyone. But first I want to talk about how it's affected me, what made me realize that I had it, and I'm also going to use examples of how it can apply to you. Basically, it's a thing that's common with high achievers. I believe 70% of high achievers have it. A lot of people have it, even people that you look up to. Greatest singers, greatest artists, greatest authors, greatest minds. They've all had it or experienced some forms of it. For me, I discovered I had this like a week ago, but I tend to rewire my brain and try to apply it to me as fast as possible into my actions and thoughts, so I can reassure myself and continuously apply these positive thoughts so I can practice them. So I started singing in 2010. I was a 9th grader in high school. I was chubby. I was weird. Still am. I actually started singing and pursuing it in 9th grade. I was like, okay. It was actually really weird how it happened. We're not gonna talk about that right now. I don't want to talk about that. But I mean, I really just fell into it in 9th grade, and I didn't have the confidence to see myself as an actual artist. I really love music, but I was just more into, I just didn't think that I could do it, because I didn't think I had it. And I really so I just wanted to be like a music producer of some sort and work behind the scenes so I didn't have to be seen. And I definitely want to be seen. I mean, I was a teenager and I didn't have confidence, so. I mean, at the time I really loved music and I really loved to sing and I really had an ear for it, but I didn't think I had the confidence to actually be an artist and perform and do all these things. I didn't feel like it was me. I didn't feel like I was good enough to be an artist. I don't know. Fast forward to now, and and I've been taking vocal lessons professionally for 4 years, and now I'm literally a maniac who wants to rule the world and wants to do anything possible to become one of the greatest artists of our generation. But yeah, I want to work hard and get where I want to be. But there's a lot of bumps in the road for me to even start practicing my singing or my dancing or anything or put out anything. Basically, before I do anything, I always get stuck and I'm like, what's this? Who am I? I start having these doubts on myself, and I'm just it's time to practice my dancing and it's time to practice my singing. Even though I've been singing for so long now and done it many times in front of people, I just don't feel like a singer. I don't know, it's weird. And it's not that I'm faking it, it's not that I want to be something that I'm not, because I know that I am, and I feel literally in my soul that I am. But yeah, I just feel like an imposter, like I'm a fake, and it's weird. I hate it. I'm doing my best to explain this because it's very complex and hard to explain. I mean, I don't have a lot of encouragement from people. It's mainly just myself. I mean, my parents don't really encourage me. I mean, my friends encourage me, but you know, I don't have that person that's like there. They're like, okay, you have to do this, or you can push me. I mean, my friends do help encourage me and push me, but you know, they have their own stuff that they have to worry about. They're not gonna be like babysitting me or just, you know, it's not their job. But I don't know where it comes from feeling like I'm fake. Because when it's time to like perform for me, when I've performed in front of people, I'm totally okay. I'm a monster. But when it's time for me to perform in front of the camera, by myself, or which is, I don't know, whoever's helping me, my sister maybe, I get so in my head and I start having such negative thoughts about myself. And I'm just like in my head, and I'm just thinking, everyone's gonna hate you. You're gonna fuck up, and people are gonna laugh at you. People are gonna say you suck. And I just start feeling like everyone's out there to hate me. Like me posting anything, it just feels like people are waiting to attack me. And yes, there's some idiots that are, but who cares? The fear of being exposed, that you're not who you say you are, or that you just suck. It's like you're scared people are gonna expose you, your insecurities, or your shortcomings, or how much you suck. Like everyone's just waiting for me to mess up and be like,
oh, you're a terrible singer, or you're a terrible dancer, or you're just terrible, bro, you're not funny. Oh my god, you're horrible, you are, this is stupid, this is ugly, you're fucking phony, you're just trying to be famous like everybody else, you're fucking...
It's time for me to perform. I get so in my head and it cuts into my performance, so whatever practice or experience or skill that I have, splat, trash. You getting in your head ruins the performance. Like, because when you're performing, you're kind of just trapping a moment, you're kind of just capturing like lightning in a bottle, and you're just not thinking. You're not supposed to think when you're performing. Rule number 1. This is one thing I advise for everyone, and a lot of people don't like it. Voice your insecurities. Everything. Voice all your insecurities to someone, to the world. Talk about them so you can tackle them. Because when you voice your insecurities, you're putting yourself in a vulnerable state, and that is the only way you will grow. If you put yourself in a vulnerable state, it hurts, it sucks, but you analyze it and you're like, wait, this isn't that bad. And then you're like, okay, time for the next step, time to become better. You will always grow from being in a vulnerable state, always. And that's how I got to this point, to even making this video, to even acknowledging it, to even thinking of it as a concept. I was talking to my friend. I was trying to film some videos. They didn't come out good because I was in my head the whole time, and I was talking to my friend Shyla about it. I told her how I felt, and she was like, wait. She was like, oh, that sounds like imposter syndrome. And when she said the word imposter, it clicked. That's how I feel. And it led me to research it. I researched it a lot. And one thing that I discovered that triggers it, comparing yourself to other people. And it's something that I do a lot. Always compared myself to people, like to all my idols, without ever realizing that these idols that I have are people too. So you kind of have to like blur the lines and realize that all the people you look up to are human. They all have their own insecurities and struggles. But not only that, all of them worked hard to get where they want to be. Even if they're naturally talented, you still have to do a certain amount of work to become polished and become that person that they are today. No one comes out of the womb like, okay, maybe I did, but what comparing yourself leads to is just you feeling you're not good enough, because you're like, wow, like this attribute, this thing that they have, I don't have it. I'm terrible. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough if I don't have what they have. It makes you have such really negative thoughts about yourself. It's good to like study from people and like learn from people. Once you start comparing yourself to other people, it's like where it becomes a problem. for me, I started comparing myself to like my favorite artists, idols, and I'm like, wow, like I'm not as fit as them, I'm not as good as them, I'm not as good looking as them, and it just leads you to a dark place, not feeling good enough like that. And you start being really mean and hard on yourself. But here's the thing, you totally forget that these idols, these people you look up to, they're human too. Not only that, they have years of experience. They have someone there teaching them how to be who they want to be, enforcing them, training them, on their side all the time, telling them, okay, this is how you get better at this is how you improve this is how you can add this to you. And they have resources, they have money from the companies to make themselves look like literally perfect all the time. It's an illusion. I'm not saying that they're not awesome, talented people, but what idols and what every famous person does is they sell you an illusion. They sell you this image that is not really them all the time. They have bad days, they have acne, they have bad skin, they have tons of insecurities. These people are scared. One thing that's very important to remember is that people are scared. Everyone's scared. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing. Everyone is just out here like trying to figure it out, and that's something very important to remember. You have to be kind to yourself. That's one thing I'm trying to learn to do. Not beating yourself up because you mess up. Not beating yourself up over things out of your control. And realizing there's a solution to everything. Acknowledging your insecurities. Start practicing it and being kinder to yourself and stop comparing yourself to people. But I am gonna say what I'm gonna do from now on. I'm gonna work hard. I'm not gonna be mean to myself if I don't achieve my goals. Even if I try hard enough and I don't achieve my goals, I'm not gonna be mean to myself. I'm just gonna look back, reflect, and keep on working until I get where I want to be. People are not out there to hate you. In fact, they're actually out there to support you, which is something that I've learned recently. And I saw a video of one of my biggest inspirations, 10, aka 10 from Wavy NCT, aka greatest dancer in K-pop. Period. He said,
like, I want to say to myself, like, stop finding the mistake in yourself. I'm that kind of person who always say that I'm not good enough, so I can improve myself. Oh, be kind to yourself. Yeah, that's it. Just like what you're doing right now, just like keep on doing it. Okay, and never forget why you're doing this. I want to tell myself that, like, because this is what you love, and like this is your destiny or anything. Just like do it.
That was his destiny, and I think that's one thing that I always felt since I was a kid. Like, I always felt I had this certain destiny since I was a kid. This is my destiny. And alright, that's the video. Shut up. You know what it is? I'm gonna keep on doing my I'm gonna be the star. I'm gonna be the star. I'm gonna be the star. Watch me do my thing. Do my thing. Look, I'm gonna